I know that this video was a week late, but let me dive right into that lukewarm RPG discourse. Let's talk about character death. For the uninitiated, there was a discussion on Twitter last week about the ethics of character death. To wit, can you kill a player's character without their consent? As with all discourse on Twitter, everyone quickly fell into one of two camps. One camp said, no, a character should not be able to die unless under unique circumstances agreed upon by both player and dungeon master. The other camp disagreed, contending that character death, no matter how ignominious, was a part of the game, and removing it defeated the entire purpose. You're probably wondering which camp I fall under. And of course, the answer is neither. To me, this distinction is actually about whether or not you see a tabletop RPG as a game or as a story. If it's a story, then yeah, it makes sense that characters shouldn't die in narratively inappropriate ways. If it's a game, then yeah, it makes sense that a character could die in any way, no matter how narratively appropriate. I don't think either approach is necessarily wrong, as no approach is necessarily wrong, unless it excludes, alienates, or ruins the fun of other players at your table. Talk to your people, figure out what's fun, go from there. For me, personally, death must always be on the table. I don't think of myself as telling the story. I mean, I frame the story, yes, but I'm not in charge. They are. If I, or especially the players, have total control over the story, then there are no stakes. Everyone is cushioned from consequence by our own collective and understandable desire to tell the best story that we can. They don't care. They are random. They are arbitrary. They are the constraints under which we must tell the best story that we can. I mean, that is the central tension of all RPGs. We know what we want to happen, but we have to convince the dice to let that happen. That's why I personally find games without the possibility of character death to be a little flaccid. I know everybody's safe. It feels a bit like the Battle of Helm's Deep in a bouncy castle. I mean, it's a castle, sure, and everybody's running around, but nobody's in any real danger. That said, I don't think that a character's death is ever the end of their story unless they want it to be. At my table, if your character dies and you're dissatisfied with that death, we'll find a way to bring you back somehow. That's, literally the magic of the game. Players at my table do have agency over their character's story, but not over their character's roles. What have I learned? There is no right answer to the question of character death, but at my table, the dice rule. Oh, I got a 19. Hey, thank you so much for watching that video. Trust me, there's plenty more where that came from. If you like the channel, please consider subscribing, and you can even follow us on Twitter and Patreon. Look for the links below in the description. Thanks for watching.